Welcome again, everybody. I'm starting out this video about the Ecoflow Delta Pro Ultra, and I'm showing you Murray. There's a reason for that, though it could be Delta too. And this is probably just going to be a pretty short video. I'll go down there and I'll tell you a couple things. Now that it's like we have the long days of the year, it's close to the 4th of July. There's a heat wave going on with it. Just some things that I've noticed after 2 years worth of use. And air conditioning's running, and the furnace fan is running off of the Delta Pro Ultra. Okay, anyway, what I wanted to show you, I mean, this video could only be a couple sentences. I am having to toggle between I toggle between time of use and self-powered. The reason for that is that it still requires a little human interaction. Time of use does this. Time of use does this. It charges the batteries up to 90%. Self-powered will run on battery, and I'm probably going to switch that here in a moment. So right now, with the 240 volt plugged in, I'm just doing pass-through, bringing in 2000 watts and outputting 2010 watts. The little bit of extra discrepancy is because it's early morning and it's getting some light out there. Oh, and what I took off of here was a cell phone cover. Why did I show you the cats? Because guess what? They jumped up and touched this button. If you touch that button, you shut off all the powers, and it does not take much to do it. So this is my cheap solution for the cats when they come down here at night and jump on things. So yeah. So while this is going, let me see. Okay, I accidentally closed the video app here on my phone because I went into the Ecoflow app and then I switched it to time of use, or sorry, not time of use, self-powered. So that's what I've been doing. When the batteries get like fully charged like this, I switch it back to the self-powered mode because during like midday I want the free power. And yeah, in case you wonder how much power I am actually getting for myself, I am getting like probably about 33 to 50%. 50% on the days like I'm hardly here doing anything, and that's been pretty decent for on the critical circuits. And how many solar panels do I have? I would say roughly about 3,000 watts of solar panels. I have like a miscellaneous thing on the low PV port. I have that, and the voltage is about the same, and it's about 600 watts on the low PV. They're just laying on the roof. If I have to mount them to the roof, then I got to get the permits and such. And I said, you know what? If I'm just laying them up there temporarily, and I can move them off the roof if needed, I don't think anybody's gonna have a problem with it. So anyway, that's after 2 years of use. The unit has been giving me close to 50%. We also had a power outage. When we were gone on vacation, and I had it being fed by the 240 volt. This right here, the old dryer circuit that I switched to a L1430. And it was like, oh, okay, but I had it said I had like, 10 hours of power or something when we were gone, even though that was happening because it was really sunny out and the panels, it wasn't even at 90% battery like it is now, which, with 4 batteries, that's pretty significant. And the neighbor said, is there anything I need to do? And I said, well, probably not. And it came on like within a couple hours. It was supposed to be off, but You know, somebody watching the house doesn't have to do anything to reset the reef tank. And this was even running the furnace blower 24/7 like we usually do. So I really appreciate that for that thing. Though I will say this, that during all other times of year, if we had steady rate here in Michigan, which we no longer do, I would just keep it at the self-powered mode. That's perfect. The self-powered mode is basically like, okay, if it keeps the battery at like 30% and then pulls from the grid. Rest of it's done by solar. When it hits 50%, and it actually seems to hit 50% right when the peak hours are from 2 to 7, it then runs on battery until it goes back down to 30%. That's like perfect. I'd love to just leave it there, but it's not enough during these summer months because you get some cloudy days, so I have to turn on the time of use where it'll charge it all up, get it to 90 like it is now, and then manually toggle it back so that it runs on batteries. The other thing, too, is I was using Storm Guard in the last video. I've turned that off because that is rather, it runs when it shouldn't. It runs when there's just a thunderstorm forecast, not severe storm, but thunderstorm, and I'm like, no, I don't need you to run for thunderstorm. We have enough battery. I don't need you to be pulling from the grid when it's higher in the 2 to 7. So, you know, there's still some manual interaction, but I'm not at all unhappy with that. The fact I can control it how I want it, and I figured out what I have right now, what's best for our household with all these guys, like the bearded dragon. Oh, look, the snake's actually active. Yeah. She might be hungry. I mean, normally when I film these things, the snake's just hiding in there, doing nothing. Yeah, I know, it might creep some people out. The other is the, besides the bearded dragon, there's a leopard gecko. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that's helpful and informative. And before I go, I will say, I did not buy this. Like, Ecoflow didn't give me anything. I just bought something that I thought would work like a whole home UPS, like I wanted it to, and this system does. There are probably cheaper ones these days that'll do that, and I have some little quirks, like the cats being able to turn off all my power in the middle of the night, but I mean, if all I gotta do is set an old cell phone case up there so they can't touch the buttons, then so be it. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.